Rafa, as you kind of look back at that first game, we're, how, how close or how far do you feel like this team is from maybe kind of playing in the ideal principles and with that ideal execution, and what is it going to take to get that team there?
Yeah, it's first, hi everyone. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming in such a big number. It's a pleasure to be here. It's a pleasure to have you here at this open training today. In regards to your question, I have seen certain things, very good moments from the team, from what I want to see. But the feeling I have with the staff, we have after the game, is that we believe that we beat ourselves last Saturday in terms of we had way too many easy turnovers. We gave away too many easy balls, which means then that gives a momentum shift. In moments where we are in control of the game, we lose balls, and then it's a transition action. It gives them a corner, and it brings energy to them and their home stadium. So I feel like those things we have to clean up in order to be competitive, because we have shown some good football, some good moments to go into the final third. And the other thing is obviously we need to clean up certain things in both boxes, being cleaner in the final third, in the last pass, not so rushed, in moments being more patient, and obviously defending our own box as a team better.
David kind of discussed your ability, in his belief in your ability to develop. I'm just curious, as you look at this group, and in your ideas of how to develop them, how do you balance the need and maybe the importance of results in terms of win and loss column, but also like the time and the space to make mistakes and kind of learn and grow from it in that aspect?
Yeah, it's always about finding the right balance, right? But I try to control what I can control, and that is the daily environment we're creating, the daily training session we give them, the way we work with the players to improve them. Right now, the situation is with the roster that many young players have had opportunities in preseason, because the roster isn't there where it will be in a couple of months. But that was an opportunity, or is an opportunity. Right now, we started the season in the same way, and that's an opportunity for some younger players to get minutes, to show, and to improve. That's where we are. And at the same time, of course, we want to win games. We want to go into every single game to win, and of course. But we believe we can win games with the way we want to play, with the DNA and the principles we want to implement. And right now, winning games is for the players we have here. Some very young players are there. Of course, the expectation also for them is to play to win.
Now, Rafa, with the quick transition, kind of establishing a new philosophy, different style of play, how important is it for the formerly young players to step up to being veteran leaders on this squad, like a Jake Davis, a Zoran Basong, a Jansen Miller?
Yeah, of course, every team needs some experience, some core leaders. As I said, we have a very young group, which means that some players who maybe in other teams or in other years would have been surrounded by older players, by more experienced players, could follow them. Right now, the situation is that they have to step up and have to start taking leadership very, very young. I don't think this is a bad thing. Part of my job and part of our job is also to give younger players responsibility, to create leadership, and that's a learning process. In the end of the day, as a team in a whole, we need to be responsible on the field and off the field as well on the leadership. It's not just one or two players.
Hola Rafa, por acá. Bueno, con un equipo tan joven, después del resultado del primer partido, ¿qué le gustaría ver que cambie en este segundo juego? Y cómo hacer que estos jóvenes mantengan la concentración durante el partido, que sepan cuál es el objetivo y que no pierdan, digamos, que el plan de juego. Y quería saber también si pudiera actualizar sobre Sorhan, la lesión, y Justin Reynolds.
Sí, bueno, la pregunta es que hay que mejorar los básicos, las cosas básicas que, como he dicho en el principio, que hemos tenido mucho perdimos muchos balones fáciles en momentos de partido que dominaban y que nos duelen. Y esas son cosas que hay que cambiar. Hay que cambiar, hay que ser más cómodo con el balón en esos momentos, no perder, no dar momentos de transición al otro equipo. Y cuando haces las cosas básicas justo, pienso que tienes más chances a ganar partidos. Y por los lesionados es que esta semana Zoran y Justin no entrenan con nosotros, entonces vamos a ver día a día y mi concentración es con los jugadores que son acá y confía en el departamento de físico que vuelven lo más rápido posible, pero necesitamos los jugadores healthy. I don't know how to say this in Spanish. Excuse me? Saludables.
Hola Rafa, Omar Martínez para la Positiva Radio. Bienvenido a Kansas City. Se perdió ante San José el sábado. ¿Qué hay que mejorar para el partido ante Columbus?
Hay que mejorar lo que he dicho al principio, hay que mejorar las cosas básicas. Y el sentimiento que teníamos después del partido es que nos hemos perdido nosotros del partido. En momentos cruciales del partido que perdimos balones muy fáciles, sin presión, y que en esos momentos cambia el momentum. How to say mistakes? Errores hacemos todos, pero cuando haces un error su presión es diferente que cuando haces errores muy fáciles de falta de concentración. Esas son cosas que hay que mejorar. Hablamos con el equipo de eso y es muy importante de ser concentrado 90 y pico minutos, no solo varios momentos en el partido. Eso es algo que hablamos con los jugadores cada día. Como ustedes han dicho, hay muchos jugadores que son jóvenes y es un proceso que tenemos que hablar con ustedes, con ellos, enseñar vídeos, film y preguntar que son concentrados cada entrenamiento en cada fase.
Rapha, appreciate the time. So Dejan didn't get a whole lot of touches in the match the other night. Just kind of go over your plan on maybe to get him some more touches and how Manu might play into that, whether he's playing deep line playmaker or maybe a little farther up the field.
Yeah, it's true. I think we have to create as a team more situations for Dejan. Dejan is, I think, one of the best strikers in the league in and around the box. When he has a chance, quite often they're in. He's a very good and very calm finisher. So we need to bring ourselves there, which means, like I said in the beginning, there are certain moments in the final third where we actually arrive well there, where we need to be more patient, more clean in the final pass, to actually bring him in the situation where he can score. There is moments where we have to cross the ball in because with crosses, first of all, he's good, and with crosses, the second phase, there may be a rebound, there may be a clearance, and we can be there. And that's where we have to keep working on them to support him.
Talked earlier about a balance. You've got to go with a balance of the emotional state of your players, the psyche, and of course the physical state. So what is the challenge when maybe some of these young players know that the club's looking to sign some other players and that their time may be limited where they can really show themselves?
Well, I don't think that's the right approach from any player. Right now, these players all have opportunities. Like I said in my first day when we went to preseason, all these players have a big opportunity to show me, to show my staff that they're here, that they're able to compete, that there is positions to take. So I don't think you should go up. Maybe this is only for a couple more weeks because then players come. Football doesn't work like that. I think if you take your chance and your opportunity and you perform, then it's going to be very hard for a coach to take a player out, right? And then I have to take decisions. And at one point, there will be more players here, and then I will have to take decisions. But if a player plays very well for multiple games or for a lot of games, there is no big reason to take him out. So I don't think the approach should be, hey, this is an opportunity for me. I'm going to step up now. This is my time. That should be the approach, and I hope that is.
Profe Rafa, Carlos Chicas de Nuestra Visión Arkansas. Hablando de los jugadores de desarrollo en el segundo equipo, si podría hablar específicamente de Johan Ortiz, que está jugando con la Selección Nacional de El Salvador Sub-20, anotó un gol. ¿Qué tan lejos está Johan de ver una oportunidad en el primer equipo?
Bueno, John estaba con nosotros en la primera parte de pretemporada en Florida, 3 semanas. Se ha entrenado bien, había muchos otros jugadores también. Y después se ha ido con la selección de El Salvador dos veces. Entonces hay que ver cuándo vuelve, hay que ver cómo está la nuestra plantilla y seguro que va a venir a entrenar con nosotros y a ver cómo está. Después es una cuestión de posición, de dónde juega, de quién hay, y a ver, pero también por él es una oportunidad, hay una oportunidad por él también de ganar minutos si se entrena bien, si yo le doy la oportunidad.
Hey, Rapha. PJ Green, KC Star. John Postcamp mentioned last week just about, I mean, he was here with the old regime, so he mentioned just that a veteran-laden squad had, different kind of process than, this younger squad. Just how do you approach, dealing with a roster that is full of young guys like that? He mentioned that it's more structured now, whereas in the past they had more freedom. Just do you think about those kinds of things depending on just where your experience is with who you have on your squad?
Well, I obviously don't know what was here in the past, and I don't want to talk about the past and judge the past. I'm here now, and I'm trying to bring to this team what I believe is right, and I'm trying to work the way I work and communicate the way I communicate with the players, the way I believe it is right and can lead to success. And that has nothing really to do are the players young or the players more senior. That's just the way how I want to play, communicate, and lead.
Hello, Coach. Yeah, kind of in the first game of the, I saw you line up. The center mid is Jay Davis, and the right mid is Garcia. Who is your key person for the center mid for this season?
Well, right now our center midfields are Jacob, our Manu, our Jake Davis. We have Quaco who came in, who had a good preseason with us. Cello is there. If I'm not mistaken, those are the mid-center midfielders, and we're trying to find the right balance with who fits together. The question before was as well about Manu. Is Manu going to play up higher? Yes, the intention is that Manu is going to play higher. Lasse Berg will be here soon with us. The intention is that Manu can play as an 8, as a 10, can provide assists and goals to this team. So, but it just depends on in the moment who we have available as well.
Coach up here, Daniel Sperry again. Just saw Dayon with the captain's armband. I know on Friday you didn't want to talk about it until you had informed the team, but if you could just kind of share with us what about Dayon made you feel like he was the right person for that armband?
Yeah, so I communicated to the team that our 3 team captains are Dayon, Manu, and Zoe Basong. And we choose Dayon as the first captain because I think everyone respects Dayon highly. Dayon is a leader in his own way, and you can be a leader in talking, you can be a loud leader, but you can also be a leader in the way you carry yourself, the way you train, and that's why we choose Dayon. I don't ask Dayon to be different just because he has the armband. I want him to be him. But I want him to be leading by example on the field, and if he has to say something, he says, but I'm not going to, you have to take the person how they are, right? And then we have Manu, who is also the captain, and then we have Zoe, who is a little bit of a different personality, and so those are our 3 captains. And at the end of the day, we need everyone who is longer here, all these players in some sort and shape to be captains in the locker room. It's not just that those 3 players now have to say which direction we go. It's everyone has a voice, and everyone has to say if they have something to say.
And then you kind of answered the question that I had about where, with Lasse Berg coming in, that you would play Manu a little bit higher, but with what are his qualities and how you feel like he can maybe unlock some areas, especially in that ball progression from the middle third to the final third? Yeah,
Lasse is a very, very experienced and very good midfielder who can progress the ball, who can be a connector between defense and attack. He's a very smart player. He's a player who reads the game very well in attacking and in defending. He's some sort of a leader on the field. When you speak with him about the game, he's still very young, but he still thinks already like a coach. So he really analyzes the game. And I think we were looking for a player like that who can connect, which then allows Manu also to go higher. so that we bring the ball up to Manu when he's going to be playing higher up the field.
Entrenador, Sheila Reyes para Descarga Deportiva. ¿Me podría dar al menos 3 objetivos para esta temporada con el equipo? ¿Cuáles serían sus 3 objetivos para que el equipo crezca en esta temporada?
Bueno, pienso que el primer objetivo de todos los equipos siempre es queremos competir para ir en los playoffs. Eso es un objetivo que 30 equipos tienen y también nosotros entramos en la temporada así. Es un objetivo de resultado, claro, pero después yo quiero ver un equipo que está haciendo lo que queremos hacer como equipo en la fase de fútbol, pero también en la cultura que llevamos, en cómo trabajamos juntos, un equipo que siempre en el campo da todo por el club, por los fans, que trabajan juntos. Y yo pienso que eso hemos visto en la pretemporada, en muchas fases, que el equipo juega como un grupo. Eso hemos visto en gran parte del primer partido as well, también. Y eso es otro objetivo que queremos ver.
Hey, Rapha, in the back here.
Yeah.
With the World Cup and with eyeballs that are going to be on Kansas City, do you feel any pressure to get off to a good start and be in a good position, and show some fight, and, give people reason to come out to games, knowing how many eyeballs are going to be on soccer in Kansas City and on soccer in the U.S. In the coming months?
Well, independently from the World Cup, that's what we want, right? We want to have a good start. We want to show that we are a team and that we want the fans to come into the stadium, of course. So that is nothing for me. Doesn't change the World Cup or not World Cup. I think it's exciting to have the World Cup here. It's exciting for Kansas City to have all these teams here. It's exciting that lots of these teams are based here. But for us, that doesn't change anything in the approach we have. Yes. We want, of course, we're competitors. We want to have a good start to the season, and that's why we're working every day.